council if I'm successful. But today is not about me, it's about you. And I was raised in Parkville. I'm a graduate of Parkville Elementary, middle, high school. So I went to all the schools here. And, I remember being a child, riding a bike, talking to the neighbors sitting on their front porch. And they would tell me about a lot of the history in the community. This is a community that was founded by a lot of immigrants. When I was a kid, a lot of Italian Americans. Names like Giannassini, my daughter's great-grandfather, started businesses here. Giannassini Insurance, for example. And today, in the Napoleon community, I see new businesses, restaurants, a community helping each other, buying new homes. Because Parkville, and first I'll thank you for choosing Parkville as your new home. But with a lot of first-time home buyers coming in here, a lot of our schools are overcrowded. So one of my passions has been to bring a new elementary school to this area so that our kids do not have to go to school in trailers, but I have a real school to go to. So, but what I wanted to talk to you about real fast is the history on this street. Parkville wasn't Parkville until 1874. Prior to that, it was called Lavender Hill. And in 1974, when I was about 10, we had a centennial celebration right out here in front of this building. And from a lot of the neighbors that I talked with or spoke with at that time had said that this building here once served as the home of the Parkville Volunteer Fire Department. That means that before we had the county fire department, we had a volunteer fire department up to, I think, 1954. So this is a very historic building. Also, I had a neighbor tell me when she went to school at Parkville Elementary, which is the senior center now at Hiss in Hartford. Across the street from there is where the school actually started, where that church is, the Hiss Church. And in 1908, they had a fire at that church, at the school, and they burned the school down. And the community held classes, and one of the places they held classes, they said, was in the upper room of the Parkville Volunteer Fire Company, this very building. So, Baltimore County, and the reason I want to touch real quick on the history is that Baltimore County offers tax credits, and Councilman Marks could address that, for the preservation of historic buildings. And so what that means to you is, if you can get this building on a historic registry, as you make improvements to the building, new heating system, new air conditioning system, you may qualify for tax credits. And it's hard to track down history, so what I wanted to of this history of this being the fire department building. So I have two articles that I reprinted from the 1974 Centennial Celebration, which talks about the fire at the school, about holding classes in the upper room on Taylor Avenue, and about the first fire chief in Parkville who ran down to the 2900 block of Taylor Avenue to the two-story building to ring the bell, to call the volunteers to put out the fires. So I'm hopeful that these articles will help you, in some small way, achieve that historic registration for you. So thank you again for starting a new chapter in Parkville history. I very much appreciate you being here today.